Guys, what is up? It is Lauren here, back with a new video. Welcome back. And if you're new here, hello. Today we're going to be ranking this CHAPPELL ROAN album: The Rise, The Fall, The Of, The A, The Midwest, The Princess. We're going to be ranking this album. I love this record. All right, so let's just get into this album. Let's just get into this ranking straight away. So for this first track, I think this is a perfect track. Okay, yeah, After Midnight, I think it's a perfect track. California, you know what? California, it was just too perfect. So I think it's also a perfect track. Casual, I mean, doesn't get any more perfect than Casual. You've got Coffee, perfect track. Feminine Nomenon, perfect track. Guilty Pleasure, perfect track. Hot to Go, perfect track times 10. Kaleidoscope, extra perfect. My Kink is Karma, perfect times 10. Naked in Manhattan, perfect times 5. Picture You, perfect times 100. Pink Pony Club, the best song I've ever heard. Red Wine Supernova, I mean, just throw them anywhere. Throw them anywhere. It's a perfect album. This is a 10 out of 10 album. It is my album of the year. It's the greatest thing I've heard in so long. CHAPPELL is shaking shit up with this record. I've had it non-stop playing since I heard it. This is just such an incredible project. If you guys don't think that every song is perfect on this album, or you might not even think that this is a perfect album, you might think that there's some skips on here. For me, I'm sorry, baby, we will never agree on that. CHAPPELL, CHAPPELL, CHAPPELL. This is just a big thank you from me and from, I will speak for other people because I've seen the comments. So many of us support you. We love you. I love what you're doing right now. It's so important at this time to have somebody like CHAPPELL ROAN. And this album was a beautiful debut, a perfect debut in my opinion. She came out the gate swinging. She's hitting the charts now. Festivals out the ass, tours out the ass. This album makes me feel so gorgeous. You've got some dance tracks on here, some LGBT anthems. The representation is, I mean, it doesn't, I've never been more represented in my life. Maybe if she was black, it would be a little bit, you know, but I don't give a fuck. And she just has this electric personality about her, and in her music, it definitely comes out. I think that's what makes this album so great. Yes, she sounds great vocally. Yes, the production is amazing. But on top of that, I feel like after listening to this, you know exactly who CHAPPELL ROAN is. I feel like I know her. I feel like she knows me, even though she's never seen me or never has, whatever. I just feel like we're like this. That's why this record is so beautiful to me. It's so personal because it's so fun and it's so sad and it's so liberating. It's just a stellar project from top to bottom. While I say all of that, I do think that CHAPPELL has some ways to go in terms of finding her sound. The production choices are very reminiscent of other artists, which is no issue. I've never had an issue with it. I just think that the more we see her growth, because this is only the beginning for CHAPPELL, so the more we see her growth, I think it's gonna get to a level of like, well, I hope. I'm hoping that this is not just like a one album thing, a moment in time, a moment in pop culture. I hope that we are helping make the next it girl, pop girl, whatever you want to call CHAPPELL. The bitch is gonna be charting, okay? I think that this is a staple album. Like I said, we know so much about her. She knows so much about us in the community. It feels like she's on the ground, and it kind of makes sense considering that she made a lot of these records multiple years ago. It feels like she's connected with the streets. It feels like she's in tune with what people need, what people want, and also what does she want out of her artistry and her legacy. You made a classic. I think that this will go down in history as a classic album. Come back to this video in a decade and be like, you know what, Lauryn, she was onto something. She was onto something. To me, what makes a classic is obviously if the music is good. That's like a no-brainer, right? How much did it shift the genre that you're in? What was the impact that you had on culture? And what are people talking about? Who came after you that tried to replicate it? Who was inspired by this and then went on to go make their album, their debut? That's a classic. Something that gets the people fucking going. And this is getting the people fucking going. You guys might think that like, hey, this girl is dick riding to the max, to the moon. Sue me. I don't give a fuck. You've got songs on here that are absolutely just stunning. Casual, Femininomenon, my nephew is 7 years old. We hang out a lot. I play this album, the clean version. He requests all the time for me to play Femininomenon. Every time we're in the car, every time we're hanging out, he asks me to play it. And he loves that track. Chapel is for the kids. He has no idea what she's talking about in the song, which is fine. He just likes it. He doesn't need to know what she's talking about. He's 7. I know this ranking video is short. I know this ranking video doesn't really have much context to it. I just wanted to make it a point to get on this channel and to give Chappell Roan her flowers and give this album its flowers in particular, because I think what she's doing right now is extremely important and extremely cultivating and extremely culture resetting. She's just like, and I sound like a fangirl, maybe. This is art, baby. Thank you so much, Chappell. Thank you to everyone who's involved on this record. And honestly, I think it changed my life. And if you don't get it, babe, I fear you might not ever. Thank you guys for watching. Go check out that Patreon. We just did a bunch of music videos for Chappell and a bunch of other Chappell videos as well on there. Tiny Desk, so many different things happening on Patreon. Thinking about subscribing, already here. So, might as well stay for a while. And Chappell, if you're watching, good shit. Thank you. Love you guys.